Hello, everyone. I had planned to do this analysis as a full TikTok live video, but due to a few challenges, I am doing it faceless for now. I kindly ask you to bear with me and focus on the substance of the message. That is the next elephant, discussing the MPP presidential election, which will come off on 31st of January 2026. Today, I want to briefly walk you through the political history of the New Patriotic Party (NPP) in presidential elections, its highs and lows, and link it to the upcoming NPP presidential election, as we all know and waiting for. Yeah, begin with the history. Founded in early years 1992 to 2000, the NPP was formed as a center-right party and became one of the two dominant parties in Ghana's Fourth Republic. Its first presidential candidate was Professor Albert Edu Boahen in the 1992 election, running against the incumbent Jerry Rawlings (NDC). Boahen lost by a large margin in an election Ghana's opposition criticized at the time. First presidential victory, that is John Ajikum Kufuor 2000 and 2004. A major breakthrough came in 2000 when John Ajikum Kufuor, the former president, became president, marking Ghana's first peaceful democratic transfer of power between rival parties. Kufuor was re-elected in 2004, and these victories commented the NPP as a key governing force. Alternating power 2008 and 2012, the NPP's candidate Nana Akufo-Addo narrowly lost. The NDC returned to power, lost, and the NDC returned to power. In 2012, Akufo-Addo gained lost to John Mahama of the NDC, a period where the NDC gained momentum. Returned to power. Akufo-Addo 2016, he won the election massively, and 2020 he. Fast forward, recent setback, that is 2024 election. After two terms, the NPP lost the 7 December 2024 general election. Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia, running as the NPP flag bearer, was defeated by former President John Dramani Mahama of the NDC. This marked as a significant decline in support, with the party's presidential vote dropping by millions compared to 2020 election. I want us to walk through some key ups and downs in MPP's electoral journey. Looking at the ups, 2000 and 2004, MPP saw first democratic power transition and consolidation. Yeah, and in 2016 and 2020, they experienced strong returns to power and consistent voter support. By looking at the national reach, MPP maintained broad regional support at different times in history, but at the downside of it, in 1992 and 2008, MPP experienced early defeat, reflecting challenges building a nationwide base. And in 2024 election loss, MPP saw and felt major defeat marked by significant declines in votes across many regions like Greater Accra, Central Region, Ashanti Region, and perceptions of governance dissatisfaction. The voter apathy and controversies. Internal delegate selection is issues and The national controversies has been centered on economic stress, unpopular taxes, project scandals, eroded confidence, and this caused their loss in 2024 general election. So, considering the 31st January 2026 presidential primary, the NPP has scheduled it in this internal presidential primary on this Saturday, and this approach is top bottom approach. This primary will determine the party's flag bearer for the 2028 general election. The party has broadened its delegate base and put in place security and transparency measures, such as collaboration with the Electoral Commission and Ghana Police Service to ensure the credibility of the process. According to the recent polling, the contest may be closer than previous primaries. This time, several aspirants are competing to lead the party back to national leadership. Now, let's look at this angle. Political analyst perspective. This is my perspective. As a political analyst and educationist, as well as social worker, here is a strategic piece of advice for the NPP going into the 31st January 2026 primary and beyond. NPP should rebuild with vision, inclusivity, and accountability. They must reconnect with the grassroots. The 2024 defeat showed signs of voter apathy and regional support erosion. The party must engage broadly, not just core supporters, and listen to citizens' concerns. Yeah. 2. The party must address governance narratives. Economic challenges and governance controversies heavily influenced public perception. Future messaging should clearly articulate lessons learned and present concrete citizenship-centered policy approach. 3. The NPP must promote internal unity and transparency. 4. They must also look at leadership that resonates with all regions. Electoral success in Ghana often requires broad national appeal. Choosing a flag bearer who can bridge divides and rally support across all key regions is vital for the future. That is my piece of advice to the NPP. If they take it, fine, but I urge them to become one as a party after the election. If not, they should forget about the 2028 general election. I am William Bwedi, your analyst. Thank you.